You already know when your prayers start to thin out. Not when life explodes, not when disaster hits. You usually pray then. I mean the quieter days, the ordinary days, the days when your mouth says you believe God is near, but your schedule says He can wait. And that gap matters more than you think, because prayer is not measured by what you intend to do someday. Prayer is measured by whether you actually turn your face toward God today. Not in theory, not in vague affection, in words, in attention, in surrender. In Luke 11, the disciples watched Jesus pray, and something in them broke open. They did not ask Him, "Teach us to preach." They did not ask, "Teach us to do miracles." They said, "Lord, teach us to pray." They had seen enough to know this was not a religious accessory. This was the hidden root. This was where power lived. This was where the life of God met the life of man. And Jesus answered them with structure. That matters. He did not say, "Just speak whatever comes to mind," as if prayer were only spontaneity. He gave them a pattern strong enough to carry weak people. A path, a rhythm, a way to pray when your heart is warm, and a way to pray when your heart feels like cold ash. Listen to it again. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Start there. Not with your panic, not with your list, not with your own importance. Start with who He is. Father, near enough to hear you, holy enough to humble you. Before Sunday, I want you to stop rushing past that line. Spend time there. Say, "Father, you are not distant from me. You are holy. Your name is not common. Your name is weighty. Your name is clean. Your name is above my fear, above my appetite, above my mood." Then pray, "Your kingdom come. Your will be done on earth as it is in heaven." That is where many prayers die, because that is where self-rule gets exposed. You want God's help, but do you want God's reign? You want His comfort, but do you want His will? These are not the same thing. To pray this honestly is to put your own agenda on the altar. It is to say, "Lord, bring your rule into my house, my habits, my money, my speech, my hidden life. Let what you want become what I want." Then pray, "Give us day by day our daily bread." Daily. Not imaginary bread for 10 years from now. Not stolen bread from somebody else's table. Daily bread. Enough grace for this day. Enough strength for this day. Enough provision for this day. This line crushes pride because it makes you admit that you are not self-sustaining. You are upheld. Right now, this very breath is borrowed mercy. Then pray, "And forgive us our sins, for we also forgive everyone who is indebted to us." Now the room gets small. Now the light gets sharp. Because it is easy to ask for mercy in the abstract. It is harder when the Spirit starts naming faces, names, old wounds, fresh offenses, people who embarrassed you, people who used you, people you still rehearse arguments against in the dark. Jesus ties your request for forgiveness to your willingness to forgive. Not because your forgiveness earns God's mercy, but because forgiven people cannot cling to revenge as their native language. Then pray, "And do not lead us into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one." That is not a decorative closing line. That is war. You are not strolling through a neutral world. You have an enemy who knows your weak doors, your tired hours, your private cravings, your easy compromises. Pray like someone who knows the battle is real. "Lord, keep me from the path that feeds my sin. Rescue me when I am dull. Expose the lie before I swallow it." Here is the challenge, and it is simple enough that you cannot hide behind confusion. Before Sunday, pray through the Lord's Prayer pattern once each day. Every day. Take each line slowly and expand it in your own words for at least 5 minutes total. Not 5 rushed minutes while checking your phone. Not 5 minutes with half your mind in another room. 5 real minutes. Set a time. Put the device down. Open the passage. Move line by line. Father, holy name, kingdom, will, daily bread, forgiveness, temptation, deliverance. Do not say you are working on your prayer life. That phrase has sheltered 1,000 empty intentions. By Sunday, you will know whether you prayed or whether you only admired the idea of prayer. And if 5 minutes feels small to you, that may be the point. The issue is not whether you can imagine a deeper prayer life. The issue is whether you will obey the next clear step. Fire seldom falls on the life that is always waiting for a more dramatic moment. It falls where there is wood on the altar. So bring wood. Bring your distracted mind. Bring your dry mouth. Bring your unfinished thoughts. Bring your resistance. Bring the part of you that feels nothing. Bring the part of you that is ashamed. Bring the part of you that has been living on scraps while a table has been set in the presence of God. Jesus did not give this prayer so you could recite it without thought. He gave it so your desires could be trained, your heart could be reordered, and your life could be bent back toward God again. Before Sunday, do not only talk about prayer, pray. This is extreme faith. Until next time.